Hey, how you doing? Mario Marco here. Well, this just this summer comes to an end. New school, next, the new first day of school comes along as well. You know what that means? It means new beginnings, make new friends along the way, that kind of stuff. Well, me, I no longer have to go to school anymore, even though I miss the feeling. And, well, if you recall of my first visit to Fan Expo last year, I wanted to go this year so badly, but due to all the this year I was forced to miss it. For reasons why I can't tell you, it's just a little personal family matters, so I'd rather keep it to myself. Well, and okay, the first reason I can tell you, the second reason I can't, because the second reason is also a personal family matter because, well, it's private. So, okay, the first reason I can tell you just that is that, well, before it happened, there's been like crazy mass shootings that's happening in Toronto, and my folks are concerned that if I go, I may end up getting shot or worse. So, for my own safety, even though it never happened in Fan Expo before, I insist that I miss out on it for my own safety. Well, I was angry and pissed off at first, but I'll get over it. Besides, this cheers me up. Since I went there the first time, maybe it's only fair that I miss out on the second, and maybe it's only fair that I missed out on it the first time, which I did. That way it's a win-win. Still, it would have been awesome if I went there again. Swore I made it my summer holiday, which means I now have to wait for a whole nother year until it's safe for me to go. It would have been nice for me to try out the demo for Smash Bros. Ultimate, but pal Tony Luigi was there. Anyway, so if today's the last day of summer, or if today's the first day of school, always be prepared for a new set of school equipment, like a new backpack, a new lunch bag or lunch box, whatever. And if you're still in middle school, be sure to try to dress up new or dress up as the same any way you like, but always try to smell good and try not to smell bad. If you're in high school, which I formerly am, there are some high schools which lets you dress in your own clothing, but there are others that represent the Catholic community that only let you wear a uniform at all times. They have their reasons, but can't argue. Miss those days. It'd be nice to take a trip down memory lane through these. Anyway, enough about that. Now let me show you what I got here. You can tell from the sides, I got not one, not two, not three, but 4 new Switch games. Last year I showed you 3. Last time I showed you, I got 3 new Switch games. This time I got 4 new ones. Well, that's better than nothing. At least it cheered me up. So, anyway, let's get started. Now, I'm gonna start with the first one on top. First one. Long ago, 2014, I got Hyrule Warriors for the Wii U, the original. But then I think maybe 2 years later or so, they ported it to Nintendo 3DS, and I did it so I could download its exclusive content to the Wii U version, which is a hell of a blast. But little did I know they'd be making this. Yep. First was the Wii U, now for the 3DS, and now for Nintendo Switch. Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition. Now this is what you call a total complete package, because I find Nintendo Switch to be like the combination of the Wii U and 3DS, and this is like a combined port. So I traded away my Wii U and 3DS versions of Hyrule Warriors for this version alone. It's jam-packed with every single DLC content in there through both versions. In addition to that, it also added in 2 new costumes based on Breath of the Wild. For Link and Zelda, they wear their Breath of the Wild suits. Well, ever since I started this, I've spent an insane amount of hours on there, just like how I did with the Wii U and 3DS versions, and well, my main objective is to unlock every single character, every single main weapon. Level 2, 3, and maybe 4 weapons can come later, and maybe every single costume, and find and kill those gold sculptures to unlock those illustration pieces. And they even had the My Fairy feature in there, and also he plays Demon Beast Ganon. Who wouldn't want to play as Ganon's final form? It's pretty unique. Yeah. So far I'm down to 1 character short left to unlock, and rest is history. Yeah, and they even included every single missions from. They even included the rest of the exclusive. Sorry, I stumble and mutter and stutter. Anyway, they not only do they include the Legend scenario missions from Sia, as well as the main ones, but they also included the one from Linkle and the Wind Waker one. That way it makes it complete. It's pretty awesome, man. Definitely recommend this. Well, when I first started this, and when I first saw Fire Emblem Warriors, I'm still thinking about it, but before I do, start with this. As for Fire Emblem Warriors, I already know it has like a season pass, and it looks awesome, and it's way better than traditional RPG games, but I think it still looks incomplete to me because it's like I think a few characters missing short, because it already included most of the characters that we all know and love, but I'm thinking that it has room for like 3 more characters that I think should be in there. It should include Ike and Roy in Fire Emblem Warriors, and Alm in Shadows of Valentia in there as well, because they already put Silica in there, so he should be in there too. And Ike and Roy definitely be perfect fits there. Well, they already put Marth and Chrom and Robin and Lucina in there. Even put in Corrin. It's almost like Smash Brothers, you know. But time will tell. So I know that Fire Emblem Warriors not only port on the Switch but also on the 3DS. If I'm interested, I'm definitely going for the Switch version because way better. Alright, enough about that. Second game. If you recall, it's also another Wii U port. Besides Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition. He sounds like this. Time for adventure! Oh man. Captain Toad Treasure Tracker. Used to own the Wii U version of this, and I got some help from like Tony Luigi at the time there, and I think I did it on my own. Not so sure, but yeah, it's pretty awesome, man. It's 3 books and like 3 chapters, and as soon as you beat it, and it has this little cutscene where he's following the green star, and it leads directly to the intro of Super Mario 3D World for the Wii U, which I still have today. It's surprisingly new, and I was like, so this takes place before 3D World? Interesting. And if you have saved data of 3D World on your Wii U, it automatically lets you unlock the 3D World bonus levels for your Wii U copy of Captain Toad. And that's very nice. But here in this version and in the 3DS version, they even ported for the 3DS. Obviously, I'd go for the Switch because they combine. When I check it out, I noticed something on top. Look at that. See right there? It says here that it features new courses based on Super Mario Odyssey. In other words, to those of you who hadn't got this, be warned, spoiler alert. I don't have a spoiler alert warning sign in front of me because I lack the special effects, but who cares? Anyway, so, in the 3DS and Wii U version, the bonus levels, there are bonus levels that are based on Super Mario Odyssey. And I'm talking about the Desert Kingdom to Metro Kingdom to the Luncheon Kingdom to even the Cascade Kingdom, if I recall correctly. And as always, you can place Toadette in there. It says here more than 70 worlds of adventure await. And the co-op mode in there is it's fairly unique and easy. And here's a catch: if you own any of the Super Mario Odyssey amiibos, just set in there and let you unlock the bonus Mario Odyssey levels immediately. Or the other way, or the original way to unlock them is if you beat the final boss. As soon as you do, there. But here's the thing: as soon as I beat this with a little help from my pal Tony Luigi, when it gets to the end credits, this version of the end credits is different because instead of that leading up to 3D World, it shows instead of showing the green star, it showed the Odyssey ship, Mario's ship where he's traveling, and I was like, huh? So there's a difference? In the Wii U version of Captain Toad, it shows you a secret scene where he's following the star leading up to the intro of Super Mario 3D World, and Captain Toad was following the star and following the others in the clear pipe. He gets in there, falls down, and says the adventure continues in Super Mario 3D World. But in this version, as well as the 3DS version, it says the adventure continues in Super Mario Odyssey. And I was like, oh man, why couldn't they just like keep the 3D World levels in there and add the Mario Odyssey levels as a second bonus book of levels, because that would be like twice the adventure in gameplay. But whatever the case, it's okay. Well, I guess I'll admit, Tony Luigi and I like the new Mario Odyssey levels because, well, in every traditional Captain Toad level, you always move the world. But in the 3D World ones, no, it just takes the gameplay right out of Mario 3D World. But whatever the case, I like Captain Toad either way. And whatever reasons for them changing the bonus levels, it's a nice touch. So, very nice. Alright, for my third Switch game. I never thought this day would come. I didn't think I would get it, but I'm glad I did. Growing up as a kid, my cousin, I think, used to own like a PS1, and first game I remember on there, what the hell? Crash Bandicoot. Yeah, man. Crash is back, man. Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy. Used to release exclusively for PS4, but over time they ported to Xbox One and, of course, Nintendo Switch. And the best part about it, they have remade the original first three Crash Bandicoot games that originally debuted in the PS1, all of them remastered together as a pack. From Crash Bandicoot to Crash Bandicoot 2, Cortex Strikes Back, and Crash Bandicoot 3 Warped. All of them in there. And if you look right on there, they say 2 bonus levels included: Stormy Ascent and Future Tense. I think they were like part of an update or a DLC for the PS4 at the time, but I have the case, who cares? First time I played it, I feel like a toddler all over again, and the remastered remake graphics for this is beautiful. And and I remember the mask there. If you could see the mask, every time he smashes crate, he shout Rubada. If you get him second and 3 times, you wear it, he becomes invincible. I'm still on Crash Bandicoot 1, 2, and 3. They can wait. I have to beat them in numerical order. So yeah, to those of you who wanted to play Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy so badly, good news. You don't even have to buy a PS4 just for that. Oh, damn. Sorry. I'll be right back. Dropped it. Maybe I'm sometimes a klutz, but anyway, as I was saying, good news to all of you Crash veteran fans and to anyone who's new to Crash Bandicoot and want to give him a try. Good news. You don't even have to buy a PS1 or PS4 just to get the 3 games or this for the PS4, for whatever the case. They ported it to Xbox One, Nintendo Switch. If you own either of these systems, go ahead. Right out of the box. Totally worth it, man. Alright, now for my last new Switch game. This is very, very unique indeed. Well, if you recall when I showed you Bayonetta 2, along with my last video, I showed you that I got Bayonetta 2 and that it comes with a little download code so that you download Bayonetta 1, but I got it recycled and someone already used it, but I already took care of that. The other day, I got an eShop card and, well, okay. The other day, got an eShop card and I downloaded Bayonetta 1. Totally worth it. Now for this game, it's almost the same as Bayonetta 1 and 2, except it's from an entirely different series. Resident Evil. Oh yeah. Resident Evil debuted the year of my birth, man, and well, I remember the very first Resident Evil game I've ever played, Resident Evil 4, and well, I remember in the original Resident Evil games, it was like you're moving and switch from one direction to the other. That view of the gameplay was like terrible, but when I first played Resident Evil 4, this got me into the franchise from the beginning. The third-person shooter mode is exactly how I prefer the series to be. Okay, first person, that's okay. Third person, all the way. But the diagonal gameplay, when you're moving, you switch from one direction, corner room to the other, from the original titles, terrible. First and third person, they're how I prefer it. Ever since, well, back then, I used to play RE4 over and over and over again, collecting like every single weapon, upgrading, finding treasures, increasing the wealth. I made an insane amount of encrusted memories off there, and yeah. Now after that, I tried Resident Evil Chronicle games. The first one being Umbrella Chronicles, and they go into first-person shooter mode for the first time, and lets you try out the levels based on Resident Evil 0, Resident Evil 1, and Resident Evil 3. Well, yeah. That's very impressive. And what can I say? I don't mind first-person shooter. And yeah, well, As you go through it, you try to unlock every single weapon, upgrade them to the maximum. It's very unique. And when I got Resident Evil: The Dark Side Chronicles, its levels are heavily based on Resident Evil 2 and Code Veronica X. How? Some characters who are most legendary: Leon S. Kennedy, Claire Redfield, Chris Redfield, Jill Valentine, Rebecca Chambers, Billy Cohen, Steve Burnside, Jack Krauser, all those legendary names, man. Oh yeah, and Albert Wesker and Barry Burton. Those guys are legendary. Yeah, and if you could see right here, it says here Resident Evil Revelations. If you could see on the bottom, it is the Resident Evil Revelations collection, which not only includes Revelations 1, but also Revelations 2. I used to own and play Revelations 1 on the 3DS at the time, but never the second one. Well, the thought has crossed my mind of getting Revelations 1 for the Wii U, but when I heard about this for the Switch and it's going to come with the second one, obviously this is the better choice. Like Bayonetta 2, Revelations 1 is in the cartridge. Revelations 2, on the other hand, is digital download only, and it comes with its own download code, but I'm not going to show you because I already used it, so yeah, exactly as how you play it, third person mode, and very epic. Well, I'm near the end of the final boss in Revelations 1, just like how I did before in the 3DS version. I'm almost there. Revelations 2, on the other hand, getting the hang of it. Very nice. It's almost like Revelations 1, but the best part about it, well, I know there are certain Resident Evil characters who we all know and love throughout the years, and okay, so in Resident Evil Revelations, this takes place in the middle of Resident Evils 4 and 5, so that's very unique. So this takes place before Resident Evil 5, and Revelations 2, it takes place between Resident Evils 5 and 6. And in there you play as Claire Redfield, whom you last saw in Code Veronica X, and Barry Burton. We last saw him in the Resident Evil 1 remake, and he hasn't been heard from since. And guess what? Since they remake Resident Evil 1, and when they did Resident Evil 0, there have been a lot of talks of a Resident Evil 2 remake, which came true. And the best part about it, it's in third person, which is exactly as how I prefer it to be. Alright, the graphics, it's currently on PS4 and Xbox One. The Switch, on the other hand, I don't know about the possibility of it. Well, as far as I know, Nintendo Switch is slowly maturing, so my best bet is that it can support last-gen third-party games. So there's a good chance for that. The Resident Evil 2 remake is gorgeous. It's going to be released next year, and I was like, hey, take all the time you need. And since it is confirmed, they should remake Resident Evil 3 Nemesis and Resident Evil Code Veronica X, and as well as the Outbreak games, and they should remake Resident Evil 0 2 and remaster the Resident Evil 1 remake again. All of them have to be third-person shooter. If they want to switch between third-person to first-person anytime they want, I don't mind that too. Because trust me, this exactly is how I prefer it to be, and they are on the roll. I mean, Resident Evil Revelations 2, playing as Barry Burton again, firing his iconic revolver magnum. It's one hell of a comeback. Yeah. I have a blast in all four of these games, and, well, my Switch collection is slowly growing. December 7th, Smash Bros. Ultimate is coming out, and see the direct of it. Unveiled Castlevania characters, King K. Rool, and Chrom, and Dark Samus. But before it releases, I bet they're going to release another Nintendo Direct video, whether it be a traditional one where we see what's new 3DS first and Switch later. Or maybe they can release another Smash Bros. Ultimate Nintendo Direct, which would be something, which will show like the final roster for whatever returning stages they got, or whatever new Echo Fighters and new official fighters coming in. It's gonna be awesome. Alright, I think I better resume on the Switch, and I don't know if I'm gonna do. You know what? Yeah, okay, I think that's all I have to tell you now. So, anyway, don't forget to subscribe for me for more vids, and be sure to comment me down below any way you like. As always, give me both ways possible, thumbs up, thumbs down, any way you like. I can handle the criticism in certain ways, but if you get what I mean by my figure of speech. But alright, anyway, those of you who are preparing to go back to school, have good luck, and if this is the last day of summer, I would say have a summer to remember before heading back to school. Stress me, I know the feeling. Okay, see y'all guys. You take care. Enjoy your day back to school. Until then, well, New Year's almost gonna come and keep us company. So for now, I'm out, and you take care.